Hello guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my Mounjaro journey so far. Honestly, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, what the hell, Jodie? Because I started this journey almost 4 months ago and it's taken me till now to actually open up and share it with the world. So if you would like to learn more about my experience using Mounjaro, then stay tuned. So hey guys, welcome to this video. Thank you for tapping on today. I really appreciate you being here. If you are new here, welcome. My name's Jodie. Over on this channel I do everything to do with plus size fashion, beauty and lifestyle. And yeah, if that sounds like a sort of channel you would like to watch, I know it's a bit early if you've just tapped on this video and you're probably like, I don't know this girl. I know it's a bit early for me to ask, but if you do enjoy this video and you perhaps go to watch any of my other videos, or you have watched any of my other videos and you aren't yet subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you join my YouTube family, especially if you are sort of on the same wavelength as we all are in this little community that I've built. Honestly, we have some amazing, beautiful women that just want to live their best life, that have maybe chronic illness, that are plus size. People that aren't even plus size are here, but probably have low confidence, low self-esteem. And what I love to do here is just spread happiness, talk about loving yourself more, talk about, you know, making yourself feel good at the stage that you are in your life right now and the body that you are in. So I do a lot of like positive, fun videos. So if that sounds like, you know, something that you would like to take part in and just be part of our little YouTube family, then do hit that subscribe button, because it means so much to me to have you here as well. And I love talking to you all down in the comments. Honestly, it's just a little family down there. I feel like you guys are practically like my friends. Like I've got like over 20k best friends. You're all amazing, like you're so kind. So thank you for everybody who has been here from the beginning, who has been here from the middle, and who has just joined. I honestly really appreciate every single one of you. And let's talk about why I'm doing this video and why have you tapped on this video. Just purely because I definitely am going to name this video something around the lines of I've taken Mounjaro for 4 months and it's only just started working. Something around those lines, which is real true. It has been a struggle, and there was times where I felt like I wanted to give up because I was like, this is not working for me. Am I that sort of what percentage that the Mounjaro just doesn't work for? So that's why I decided to do this video, because I feel like it will be really helpful for people that are, you know, maybe looking into taking Mounjaro, people who are also stuck in a rut using Mounjaro, and just let you guys know what has worked for me and what I'm doing now currently, and what I plan to do moving forward. So that's why we're here. I've written some notes down because I tend to like blah 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 and go off track. So I've written some bullet points down here. So I just want to kind of talk to you about who I am, just a little bit about me and why I've decided to take this route. So if you are new here, like, you may not know some of this information. If you aren't, then you may know some of the information that I'm about to discuss with you, or tell you. So I want to start by saying I'm in my 40s. I am 41 and I have 2 children. I have a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old son. They're very sporty boys and I love doing their activities with them. I don't personally do the activities with them, but I love being that mum who, you know, takes my sons to rugby, boxing and basketball. Like, it brings so much joy to my life. I live with severe chronic illness, and severe chronic pain. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in around 2016, and I didn't know what it was. Like, I just woke up one morning. I, now when I think back and I'm thinking about the time that I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I was going through a lot mentally. So much has happened. Like, my dad had passed away, and then my mum suddenly died. She fell over, hit her head, and she went into hospital. She was conscious and everything. She was fine. And then all of a sudden, she became unresponsive and died. And at that time, I was going through a really bad stage with my ex-husband, my children's dad, and he left the same week that my mum died, and my body just went into complete shutdown. Like, I completely shut down. I did not think that I would be smiling. I did not think I would be the person that I am right now. I thought my life was over. So I went through a really bad traumatic time. And growing up as a kid, I also had a lot of trauma as a child as well. But it made me stronger, and it made me the strong mum that I am today. The woman that doesn't need anybody. Like, I will find a way and means to do whatever I need to do for my family, and whether that mean I am like moving through chronic pain or whatever it is, I've always been the person who has felt like I just have to get up and do it myself because nobody else is going to do it for me. um and that mindset was due to, my sort of childhood. It wasn't really my sort of younger childhood, but when I turned 11, my mum had a severe mental breakdown and was hospitalized into a mental home for the best part of my secondary school life, and my dad had to take care of us. My dad was a lovely man, but he was a real African man who was born and bred in Africa and wasn't westernized very much. So, it was quite hard for him to kind of raise us children here in the UK the Western world way, if that makes any sense. And without my mum, because my mum was a white British woman, without her being there, it really made things hard for me. And then my dad fell sick when I was around 13 or 14, to the point where he kind of lost his mobility. He had severe high blood pressure. He couldn't drive. He had to stop working. And so I had a lot of weight on my shoulders. And for me, I turned to food as comfort, as something to make me feel whole, because I was going through so much trauma. And throughout my life, I have struggled with my weight so severely, to the point where, I have like laid there at night saying to God, like, why did you make me like this? And I'm not a highly religious person, but I've laid there like talking to God saying, why me? Why me? And yeah, I've had really horrible thoughts, not really to like end my life, but I've definitely, like, which is something that I've never really said to people, but when I was a teenager, I was close to like getting a knife and wanting to like cut my fat off, and that is severe. Like, that is really bad. So yeah, I went through a lot as a child, growing up as a plus size girl, and not feeling like I fit in with anybody, being the fat friend, being the one who didn't really have clothes to fit her, wore men's clothes, leggings and men's shoes because I have big feet. So yeah, life has really thrown itself at me in not such a good way, but I've grown to an age that I am now so much more sort of like I'm grateful for what I have. Like, I have two sons that love me, like, and that was one of the reasons that put me onto doing this as YouTube, that made me feel that my children love me so much. They do not care what I look like. Why do I not love myself like that? Like, why do I speak so horrible to myself? Why do I not love myself? Like, this is me. And like, I'm not I'm not going to change. Like, I've been like this for so many years, and yeah, I might lose weight, and which I have done over the years. I have literally, my weight has gone up and down, up and down, and I've gone through phases where I was the biggest loser in Slimming World. I lost 10 stone, um, but I clearly have an eating disorder, which I've said over and over again throughout my sort of adult, young adult life. I've said it to my doctors. I've cried out for help, but it was like I was never helped, and it used to really upset me, to the fact that I used to feel like, why is people that are addicted to drugs, people that are addicted to alcohol, why is it that people that undereat, anorexia, people with anorexia, bulimia, and all of those sort of conditions, why are those seen as conditions, but being fat and having an eating disorder is not a condition? Or why is there not enough help for us out there? So yeah, it's been a tough life, to say the least. But I've got to a stage now where I've known for a very long time that I have an eating disorder, and there is now medication that is made. Okay, it came about from people that, were being treated with, what they being treated with, diabetes. It came about through that route, that they realized that people that were on this medication were losing weight. It was suppressing their appetite. It was actually doing all these different things in their body which needed to sort of regulate. It was actually doing it was doing good stuff. And through that, it's now been able to be used for weight loss. So I don't feel like we are taking medication from people that, have diabetes. It's developed a bit further now. This drug has been going for quite a few years now, and yeah, they are making it for people with eating disorders, overeating disorders. So there are medication for people with diabetes, who are diabetic. Get your words out, Jode. And now there are medications, and I do not think that there's anything wrong with it. I know there's a lot of people that have their own opinions on it, but how I see it, I have an eating disorder. I cannot help myself. I need something to help me. And do you know what that takes to actually admit that to yourself, let alone everybody else out there? So please, like, if you have any sort of negative stuff, like, please don't leave it down in the comments. Like, for me, if I watch a video that I don't necessarily agree with, I know there's freedom of speech, but if you think, or if I think that by what I'm going to say is going to hurt somebody, or there's no reason for me to actually say I don't. So I hope that, and I know I don't really have to say that to any of my regular subscribers, because you guys, we're all on the same page. So yeah, this video for me is one that is very sort of open, telling you about my life and what I've been through, and what's led me up to this point. So that's a little bit about me. One other last thing that I want to obviously like speak to you guys, which I think is again one of the reasons that has really pushed me to start the Mounjaro journey, is the fact that I live with chronic illness, and I have fibromyalgia. I have a chronic knee condition where my legs and my knees are starting to deform and change shape. They already have, but I can now see it visibly from the outside, whereas it was doing its thing and doing all what it shouldn't have been doing inside, and I could feel it physically, but now I can also see it, I could feel it internally, but now I can actually see it sort of physically through looking at my body. My legs are starting to change shape, especially my right leg. So that is one of the main reasons why I was like, this is my last hope, because I don't know what else. I have tried every single diet under the sun. I have tried back in the day, those diet pills that you used to get from the private doctors. I have been on Slimming World. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done, keto diet. I have done soup diet. I have done, honestly, I think I've just done every diet under the sun. And I do think that personally, like doing all these diets, it's up here that I needed the main help with. It's this up here, like having that mindset, having a refresh in my brain. And so that's where I feel that I really needed help, which I wasn't gaining from any of these other sort of diets and healthy eating, things that I was doing. So this is what caused me to start giving the Mounjaro a try, because so many people that I'd watched or spoke about it, they was like, it takes away that noise in your head, that food noise, it takes it away. And honestly, that is, if anybody has a eating disorder that overeats, you will know that that is 90% of the culprit of why, I think anyway, I mean, it could also be that you're overweight because of like health reasons. And I definitely think that is for me. Like I feel like I've got a lot of swelling around my knee because of the condition I have with my knee. I take a lot of medication, so that doesn't help. I asked my doctor, oh, it, when I look at the symptoms and the, the effects and whatever, a lot of it says weight gain. And I asked my doctor, like, what does it mean when it says weight gain? And some of the responses I would get was, it makes your appetite, it gives you a more thingy of an appetite. So in my head, I thought, oh, the medication is just making me put weight on. But what he said was that some of the medication is giving you a bigger appetite, where you're feeling more hungry more often. So yeah, I mean, I have all of this against me, but I've tried and I've tried and I've tried, and I've succeeded in somewhat way, but then it just all comes back. So those are my reasonings why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that is a little bit about who I am. And yeah, like I said, I have other chronic illnesses, which again, I have like a condition that mimics a brain tumor, mimics a brain tumor, and it's called intracranial hypertension, idiopathic intracranial hypertension, and it builds up pressure or fluid around the brain, which causes my vision to be really impaired, causes severe headaches. And when I spoke to my neurologist, she said that if I lost the weight, she has seen in patients that it just disappears like that. So another reason why I'm like, okay, I need to try and lose weight. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for self-love. No matter what size you are, you deserve to be loved, you deserve to feel love, you deserve to love yourself no matter what. And I definitely think that, going through that journey, like trying to lose weight or trying to do anything for yourself, you have to find the inner peace and be okay with who you are and love yourself at the stage that you're at right now, because otherwise it just doesn't work. Like, it will not work if you don't find, the inner peace with yourself and just give yourself grace, because your body goes through so much. It has got you to where you are today. And although if you have been through a lot of trauma in your life like I have, I still am so grateful. I've birthed two beautiful children. I've got a beautiful fiance I'm so grateful for, who is going to marry me in a couple of months. There's so many good things about my life, even though I wake up every day in severe pain. I walk around in severe pain. I don't live a very high quality life in terms of being active and being able to socialize with friends and, just doing the things that I really want to do. I still am grateful for what I have right now. And I think that has made such a difference to my life, and my mindset. Okay, so let's get into my journey so far on Mounjaro. So I decided to get the Mounjaro, and I spoke to my GP about it. I've spoken to people who have knowledge of the medication, because I just wanted to make sure that what I was doing was the right thing. I hope, like, I wasn't putting anything into my body that couldn't take all of the other things that is going on in my body, and all the other medication that I'm taking, and everything's all fine. So I started taking it back in, I think it was like, I cannot remember the date that I started taking it, because it was just like, I'm just going to do it. And it all happened so fast. And the mistakes that I made was I didn't really weigh myself properly before I started. I had a home scales, which is so temperamental. 1 minute it tells me I'm like 10 million stone, next minute it tells me I'm 3 stone. So it's just not a good scales to go by. Obviously I needed to buy a new one, but still I didn't prepare myself properly, and I didn't have in my head like what I was going to do when I take this medication. I was just like, I'm gonna take it, and then, like everybody says, it stops the food noise, and then I won't eat as much, and then I'll just lose weight. That was just what I had in my head. Like, I did not prepare myself. I did not think further into this journey or what it was going to be like. I kind of just took it and was like hoping for the best. So yeah, I took it, and as soon as I took it on the Wednesday evening, and when I woke up on the Thursday morning, I felt it straight away. Like, I would normally wake up and I would normally want a cup of tea or coffee straight away in the morning, and I didn't even want to drink any water. It was just like, whoa. I surprisingly felt quite energetic to start with, but as the day went on, not so much. I started to feel quite fatigued. And actually, looking back at it now, probably because one, it was a bit of a shock to my system. My body had this foreign sort of medication in it that it never, never had before. Two, I couldn't really drink like it. I don't know, like I didn't feel to drink any water. I think I had a half a cup of tea, and I really didn't prepare myself properly. I didn't take, any vitamins to help, you know, to make sure that I was getting the right vitamins in my body, when I was about to take this medication. So I really didn't start off in the right way. And this is something that I wanted to talk to you about, that if you are thinking about taking the Mounjaro or any other GP1, I think it's called, like, please think about it carefully, and please put things on paper, make a plan. Don't just go in and do what I did, because, like, yeah, I mean, what was I thinking? Like, my head just wasn't there. It wasn't right there. I just was like, I just want to lose weight, and I didn't plan out what I was going to do moving forward. I just felt like I'll just do the injection. It's going to stop me from eating so much, and yeah, hopefully I'll lose weight. So that is one of the things that I firstly want to say. Please do not do that. Please have a plan. Have a plan of what you're going to do moving forward. So yeah, I did get a few symptoms. I got a bit of fatigue. I felt a little bit sicky, not all day, just every now and then I felt like a sicky feeling coming on. And what was the other thing? Oh, I had like heartburn, or like really sort of gassy. Like, I kept like bleh, bleh, which is so gross. But I felt really gassy. I've never really had a problem with anything like that. So I looked up, other people and what they suggest and stuff like that, and just people suggesting just taking, like, the heartburn sort of little tablet or heartburn stuff, and I did that and it took it away. Bob's your uncle. So yeah, I did that and that was fine. And so yeah, that was it. And I continued taking it. The first week, I weren't even weighing myself. This is really bad. Like, I wasn't even weighing myself. I was just like, yeah, like, I'll just hopefully lose weight and I'll weigh myself soon. And, I didn't have any plan. And, I did, however, measure myself maybe 3 weeks into taking the medication, and I felt like it suppressed my appetite. And as soon as I woke up the next day, like I said, it took away that food noise. I was like, whoa, whoa. Like, my headspace felt so much better. Like, I felt like I had a clear head. It was so weird. Like, I actually went to the shop to get some, what did I need? I went to the shop to get some eggs, I think. And normally, if I went into Tesco's to get something, I would come out with 2 bags of stuff, like, because I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll get those, I'll try those. Or, oh, yeah, the kids might like those. meaning I like them as well. And I'd end up coming out with, or I'd see things that were, you know, reduced, and I'd come out with all of this stuff. And before you know it, I would have ate a bit of this and ate a bit of that. Whereas when I started taking the Mounjaro and that food noise went out of my head and I needed to go to shop to get some eggs, I went straight in that shop, completely did not even care about anything else that I see, picked up the eggs, paid for the eggs, and walked out. And I was like, whoa. Like, when was the last time I ever did that? So straight away, that was something that I noticed, which I really, really enjoyed. And if I'll be honest, that is what has kept me persevering with this injection, because as I went through the first month, I did eventually weigh myself, and there was really no movement, like 1 or 2 pounds, like there was hardly any movement. However, I was eating a lot less, but I felt like it was suppressing my appetite for the first like 3 days, and then I could feel like that food noise coming back as it sort of went a bit closer to the 7 days. And I know that this is something that a lot of people have spoken about, and it's like, it is like the thing. So you do, you know, start to feel that food noise sort of less and less as the week goes on, as you get towards your next dose. And that's why there's a lot of people that take their dose every 5 days instead of every 10 days, 7 days, sorry. There's a doctor that I watch. He is a practicing doctor. He's been on Mounjaro for over a year, and he talks about it. He talks about the research into it. He talks about all these different things. And he says that what he does is he takes his every 5 days. So every 5 days and obviously he's a doctor, so he knows what he's doing. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. So that's probably what's helping him to, you know, get that food noise back up to where he wants it and where he feels comfortable being at, in terms of, you know, living a healthy life and not always thinking about food. So after the first month of taking 2.5 Mounjaro, because you have to start on the lowest dose, you have to start on 2.5. There's no getting out of it. Like, if you've never taken Mounjaro or any sort of GLP-1, like, you have to start on the smallest dose and you have to work your way up. I felt like the first month, you know, in my head, I felt like 2.5 is not going to work for me. And maybe because I was like, 2.5 is not going to work for me, I kind of made it not work as much as it could have, like when I'm thinking about it now. Because when I was eating, I actually wasn't counting any calories. I wasn't kind of looking at what I was eating. I wasn't really looking at the portion size. I was just like, I'm just eating once a day, or like, I'm just eating twice a day and not a lot. Like, I'm not eating half of the things that I would normally eat. So like, what I dish myself and what I'm having, that's going to be fine. Like, I'm going to be fine. And for the first month, like, I hardly see a weight loss, like 1 or 2 pounds. Then I persevered and thought, do you know what? This 2.5 isn't working for me. Still not thinking about watching what I'm eating. Like, in my head, I just felt like I'm not eating a lot. So why am I not losing weight? So we went into the next month. I got the 5 milligram one, and you know, it took that food noise away, and I guess that is what I really enjoyed the most. Like, not having to think about food all the time, not having it sort of overpower my life. So I persevered. I carried on taking it. Again, wasn't really like looking at the food that I was eating, wasn't calorie counting, kind of wasn't drinking enough water, and yeah, I mean, I think the main thing that I could keep down was cups of teas and coffees, and I was going forth with the cups and teas and coffees. God knows how many I was drinking in a day, but that was something I could get down. So yeah, like, I kind of went into my 5 milligram second month, not really, like, again, not really watching what I'm eating. And then I got towards the end of that, and I was like, this is really not working very well. Like, I'm not losing much weight, and I don't know why. In my head, I was like in denial, in a sense that, like, I don't know why, because I'm taking the medication and like, you know, I'm not eating half as much as what I would normally eat. And then when it got to the next order, I was like, I'm definitely going to order the 7.5. I'm going to order up. I'm going to go up. And then I thought to myself, what are you doing, Jode? Like, it was my partner that said it. He said, why are you still buying that if it's not working? Like, it's clearly not working. And I was just like, it's helping me in terms of like that food noise in my head. Like, I really like this headspace, so if anything is helping me in that way, and eventually like it hopefully will start working. Like, even if I lose, you know, £5 a month, or not even, it's still progress. Like, slow progress is still progress. So I ordered the 7.5, and bam, like, as soon as the 7.5 hit, I don't know, something in my head just flipped. I felt the suppression a bit more. I felt the effects a bit more. And then I actually felt to myself, like, Jodie, what are you eating? Like, you need to look at the food that you are actually eating, and looking and seeing if, you know, what I'm eating is too much of a high calorie, like the choices that I'm making. So instead of eating white rice, maybe have couscous, or eat some brown rice, or have sweet potato instead of eating rice, because I am a rice lover. So I started thinking to myself, and my best friend, she's on a weight loss journey as well, and we said to each other, we made a pact where we said, every Monday we're going to meet each other, and we're going to go to Boots, and we're going to weigh ourselves, and we are literally going to keep a daily diary. We're going to WhatsApp each other every day, just tell each other how we feel. So when we get up in the morning, we send each other a voice note. Morning, I say, morning Lou, how are you this morning? I'm feeling really positive this morning. I've woke up and I'm ready to go. And she would do the same. And we've been doing that consistently for the last month. And honestly, that has helped so much, to the point where I'm like, this is great. And she loves it as well. She is seeing results. She is losing weight. She is not taking the Mounjaro. She is not as big as me. You know, it is expensive if you, because at the moment my GP isn't, I don't know if the UK or where in the UK they are prescribing it, but at the moment I'm not able to get it, even though, you know, I have been referred to the weight loss hospital to have bariatric surgery because of the condition with my knees, because they're so severe that um the orthopedic, is it orthopedic, the ones that deal with my knees, I'm like neurologist, rheumatologist, all these different places that I have to go see. But the surgeon who wants to do the operation on my knees, he wrote to my GP and said, we need to do this, we need to do her knees, but we are not willing to do it while she is this way. I really want you to refer her to a weight loss hospital so that she is considered for bariatric surgery. Again, the condition that I have with my brain, the intracranial hypertension, I also was referred, my neurologist wrote to my GP recommending that he send me to the weight loss hospital for me to have weight loss surgery after failing to lose weight for so many years, gaining and losing weight, going up and down. So they, you know, they all have referred me because of all of the illnesses and what I'm suffering and what I'm going through. But that hospital still will not give me the weight loss injection. They want to give me weight loss surgery. And if you guys have been here for a while, you will know that I was going to have the weight loss surgery. It was all booked in, and then they cancelled on me because the surgeons went on strike. And after that, I got put off. Like, I had to do a liver shrinkage diet. I almost done that for 10 days, where I literally could not eat no food, only for a 4 pint of bottle of milk, and 1 cup of hot water with an oxo cube in to make sure that I got enough sugars in my body. I had practically done that for nearly 2 weeks, and then they cancelled. And that was so traumatic for me to be able to even do that, you know, trying to do it again, or, you know, I just was scared in the first place to have it done, that it just set me back. And in the end, I was like, I don't want this. Another reason why I didn't want it as well is because I actually like being a plus size girl. Like, I don't want my meat to go. I do not want to be skinny. I know there's so many people out there that are like, I want to go on the Mounjaro because I want to be skinny. I do not want to be skinny. In my eyes, there's beautiful slim women and they have always been slim and they look good. But in my eyes, I have always been a curvy plus size girl and I do not want to be slim. If I could just get down to, you know, a size 18, 20, and actually I don't actually care the size. If I could just get down to a weight where I'm accepted for surgery on my knees, I get down to a weight where I'm like feeling much healthier in myself, where when they do bloods on me everything is coming back healthy and I'm okay. I don't mind. I want to be this. I don't want to be somebody that I'm not. I'm very, very happy and content with who I am. And I honestly, because there's so many people be like, she's just saying that because of this and that. I seriously have gone through so much in my life and such a self-love journey that I'm the happiest I've ever been, even though I'm in the most pain that I've ever been. It's crazy, I know. So yeah, I actually don't want to be super skinny. I'm not trying to do this to be really slim. I'm just trying to do it so that I can feel healthier, I feel lighter on my knees. So for me, I definitely think that moving forward, like I am now on 10 milligrams of Mounjaro. So I've gone up every month. I've gone from 2.5 to 5 to 7.5 to 10. And I definitely think that 10 is right where I need to be. In the last 4 weeks, I have lost 16 pounds. I've lost just over a stone in weight in nearly 4 weeks, and honestly that is the most weight I've lost throughout the how many months that I've been taking from 2.5 actually. So 2.5, I hardly lost anything. I lost like a few pounds here and there. I seriously didn't keep any track. 5, I guess I lost a few pounds. I really wasn't keeping track. And actually, I was just not in the right mindset. I was taking the injection. I actually didn't have a plan. I kind of wasn't being prepared. I was being silly, really. Like, honestly, Mounjaro, this medication is expensive. Like, you're buying that. If you're going to be paying, nearly 200, 300, 400 pounds, I don't know how much, it is from all these different places. If you're going to spend that much money on yourself, then please be prepared and please put a plan into place. Like, don't do what I did, because for the first 2 months I bought it and really was just like so blasé about it and didn't take it very serious, in the sense that I wasn't taking my journey serious enough. And I openly, I'll tell you, that's what I did. And now it's like, it's clicked. So 2.5, I kind of lost a couple of pounds. I don't really know because I didn't weigh myself. 5, I kind of again lost a few pounds, didn't weigh myself. I kind of weighed myself, but I was all over the place. My head, wasn't in it. Remember, I suffer with chronic pain. I have so much going on as a mum, as a content creator, like living with chronic illness. Like, it honestly, there's a lot. I'm getting married in a couple of weeks. So there was so much going on, and I wasn't putting myself first, my journey, my health first. So when I got to 7.5, that is when the change started happening. So 7.5 is where I've lost most of that stone, and I've just taken my first week of my 10 milligrams, and my 10 milligrams feels great. Like, I can really feel it working, more so than the 7.5. And I'll definitely say, moving forward now into these months, the only symptom that I really do think that makes an issue is the constipation, because loads of people have spoken about it. However, I've gone and got stuff for it. I took it, it's been fine. And yeah, I'm feeling okay. Like, I'm going to the toilet regularly, well, as much as you can be on this medication, because it does kind of make you constipated. So yeah, I'm feeling okay in that sense. Like, I'm actually feeling okay. Like, I'm not really having, apart from a little bit of fatigue, and you know what, I suffer with fatigue with all the other illnesses. So sometimes I'm like, is it the injection, is it my chronic pain? Like, there's so many things going on in my body that I'm trying to like work out what's the injection and what's like my illness. So yeah, I'm really trying to learn my body and really get into tune with what's happening. So you know, maybe as I go forward in these videos and I speak more to you guys, I will start to learn more about my body. I have got a little journal book, and I have now started taking notes on what time I wake up in the morning, what I drank, you know, not really talking about my movement, because my movement's still going to be really hard to even do. I can't even go in the gym. Like, I can do a bit of swimming, but honestly, I've been wanting to go swimming for the last week or so, but the coldness is really turning me off because I have arthritis and my joints feel really cold at the moment. It's really cold outside. So the thought of actually trying to get my body into the swimming pool in a cold water, honestly, I really wanted to go today, but I just don't think I'm going to get there because, yeah, it's just like, ugh, the thought of it just doesn't make me feel good at all. So yeah, movement I haven't really been tracking, but I have been tracking like the day that I take my injection, the time I woke up in the morning, what I've drank, the food that I'm eating, if I've been to the toilet, because I want to be able to look back if I'm having any sort of symptoms. Or one of the other things that I wanted to do is I wanted to make this diary so that the weeks that I'm losing a little bit and the weeks that I'm losing quite a bit more, I want to be able to go back and look at them and say, okay, so that week I kind of ate this, I did this, and then this week, what did I do? What did I do different? So that's why I'm really now getting into it, starting to be mindful about things. I'm tracking all of those things in my book, and I feel like moving forward in this journey, and hopefully bringing you guys more videos of updates of how I've got on. I definitely think that you will see that I am becoming more sort of in tune with my body, learning more about what works for me and what don't work for me. But what I will say, what does work for me, is making sure that I am tracking my food and having some sort of concept. Now, I'm not calorie counting as such, but I re-downloaded my free app as the app MyFitnessPal. Anyone can download it. It's free. There's a free version and there's a version that you can pay for. The free version is fine. You are able to put your weight in. You're able to you're able to do everything on there to, it will help you, let you know how much sort of you're meant to be consuming for the day in terms of your body size, and you can scan anything that you're eating and it will just tell you how many calories that is. I'm not literally everything I put in my mouth, but I kind of get in a rough idea. Okay, if I eat like two slices of ham, I know roughly that it's about that many calories. So I'm trying to, without being too over the top, because I don't feel like I could do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to be one of those peoples that is calorie counting their whole life. Like, I don't want that, and I don't feel like I could physically do it. But at the moment, why I'm on this journey, why I really want to make a difference with myself, and I really want this knee operation, I feel like I'm willing to put in the work and do what I need to do. And eventually I won't need to do as much because I kind of will have put myself into a routine, and I will probably have more knowledge on what I can and can't eat, what, by eyeballing it and put stuff, so on like that. So at the moment, this is like the kind of pen to paper time where I'm kind of putting everything down and kind of like really going in and learning what works for me and what I can and can't eat, and so on. So MyFitnessPal, you can scan your food. It kind of gives you a rough estimate of how much calories you can be taking in. And I've been being a little bit more less complicated with my cooking. I do love to cook. I am a foodie. I love feeding people. I love, making my own recipes. I make so many different recipes. My children, they come and cook in the kitchen with me. Their friends come and eat. Everybody likes to eat, and I do love spices and herbs and stuff like that. And I do tend to cook a lot of like West African food. I like to cook Asian food. I really do, and I cook from scratch. And so I've started to give myself a break off of like cooking those type of foods at the moment, and I've kind of started to eat less sort of complicated or less ingredient foods at the moment, so that I can keep a track on what I'm actually putting in my body. Because obviously where I am a little bit of a chef in the kitchen, I'm like bit of this, bit of that, and I don't measure anything. I'm that type of cook, so it is really hard to kind of keep track of how much you're putting into your body. Like if that seasoning has too much salt, or it's, you know, it's you have to, it's got loads of calories in it or whatever. I'm kind of like one of those cooks where I kind of make up recipes, chuck in all these different ingredients. So I've kind of laid off of cooking like that at the moment, and I'm cooking a lot more sort of basic, less ingredient foods while I'm going through this process and still learning myself and what works for me. And eventually I will bring those foods back into my life, on, you know, 1 or 2 days of the week. But at the moment I'm doing things like sweet potatoes in the air fryer with maybe a steak and some salad, or I'm making some couscous with some turkey mince and, you know, beans in it. So I'll get some black beans, kidney beans, and really kind of bulk it out with beans. What else am I cooking or doing? I'm just doing loads of different protein dishes. So salmon with broccoli and green beans and maybe a little bit of couscous or sweet potato. And yeah, I'm just making my meals heavily protein based, but with, you know, healthy carbs. Instead of eating white basmati rice, which I absolutely love, I've kind of changed that for couscous, which I love couscous as well. I don't always remember to eat it. I just always go to rice because I was brought up on rice. Couscous is something that I kind of found later on in life that I feel like I really enjoy, and I like to eat. So I've just kind of changed over certain things, and I'm just making sure that I don't overcomplicate my dishes, and I'm not putting so many different ingredients in where I'm unable to keep track of what I'm eating. So yeah, so that's definitely made a difference to my weight loss, I know for sure. And yeah, I think that moving forward, it's just a case of, you know, learning learning myself, learning what works for me, learning what don't work for me, and keeping a journal on everything that I do, so that if I have not such a good week, I can look back and, you know, okay, this didn't work that week, so this worked the week before, let me try do that week again. So yeah, I mean, that's where I've got to on this journey. Again, like I've told you how much I've lost, which is £16 in the last 4 weeks. I have probably lost more than that, but like I said, in the first, you know, first month, second month, the 2.5 month, the 5 mil month, and a little bit of the first week of the 7.5, I really kind of like was so blasé and was just like, so yeah, it's been a journey to say the least, but definitely things that if I could go back and do again, I would make sure that when I do take this Mounjaro, that I've got a plan in place to, you know, make sure that I succeed properly. And like I said, maybe I didn't need to move up so quickly, but I kind of felt like it's not working, but I wasn't putting the work in. And anybody who says taking the Mounjaro is an easy way out, it's not. Even people that have weight loss journey, it is like weight loss journey. Even people that have the weight loss surgery, it's not the easy way out. It is hard. Yeah, whatever you do, you have to put the work in. You have to. If you don't, you may lose the weight, but you'll gain it back. Like, it is hard. So yeah, and when I first started taking this Mounjaro, I wasn't serious enough. I didn't put a plan into place, and now I'm starting to reap the rewards because I am actually being serious about it. I am making sure that I am looking at what I am eating, and I think that is the key for me to continue to lose weight, is to be more mindful about what I'm eating and be more mindful about my choices. And, you know, just changing things up has made such a big difference. So yeah, I really know that this video is a bit all up and down, and I hope that you got what I needed to get across to you. And really is, if you are thinking of taking any sort of weight loss injection, GP1 I think it's called, please make sure that you you know, research and make sure that you check with your GP to make sure that you are able to take that medication. It's not going to interfere with anything else in your body. Secondly, when you do start taking it, before you start taking it, put into place, make a plan to fully succeed in this, because you don't want to do what I did. Put down, you know, download the app MyFitnessPal. You know, find all the different resources that you need that's going to help you move forward. And I'm still finding loads, and I'm still learning about, you know, this journey, and hopefully I can bring you more as I go on. But definitely, please don't take the injection and do what I did. So anyway, that has been my little Mounjaro journey story so far. I'm sorry it's been so long, but there was so much I needed to speak to you about. If you are thinking about taking the Mounjaro, or you know, you've started taking it and you're in a rut, and you're not losing weight, then maybe you are doing what I did, and maybe you're not looking at what you're actually eating. You do need to kind of change things in terms of the food choices that you're making. You know, there's just different things that you can change up, but it's definitely for me down to what you know, being more mindful about the things that I am eating when I do feel hungry. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you all for watching today, and I really do hope to see you in my next video. If you aren't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There'll be loads of weight loss videos coming up. I could do what I eat in a day, just loads of different things as we go along. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care and God bless, guys. Bye, guys.